what on earth are you doing running a business where you say to people, we want all of you to come and be welcome in whichever store you come into, but if you don't like it, just shut your account. If you don't like the fact that we're parading around wearing badges that say she, he, him, they, whatever, I identify as a giraffe. I don't know. I mean, I don't understand the point of it. Jeff, I mean, this has gone completely mad. If somebody wants to wear a badge with their name on it, Gemma is her name, I think the advert they put out there. Fine, call her Gemma, don't you?
Well, yeah, I think... what is going on at Halifax? I mean, you wouldn't have got this under Howard, would you? I mean, the moment that geezer
Howard's gone.
involved, he's long gone. You wouldn't have had this nonsense, frankly, Mike. I do find that a lot of the discussions at the moment take me back to sort of like Year 9 literacy. I thought we left pronouns behind. That's one thing you learn when you're 13, and we spend a lot of time discussing it. What is odd? I mean, obviously, it's voluntary. I mean, two things. Gemma's a fairly unambiguous name. And we are human beings. We take visual and verbal cues as to what gender someone is. And the idea that people can't make that decision for themselves I find a bit odd. And I also think the British public are essentially decent. So often when social justice movements move forward, people are reasonable.
Yeah.
I just don't think the biggest...
Apparently not, mate. Apparently not.
In the end, I think that the problem with this, I just don't think it's going to catch on. That's the point. I don't think broadly in society people are going to be using the he, him, they thing in a broad sense.
I mean, I go into a shop, if I'm looking for some help from a store person, if you can find one, you know, you go up and you say, in the old-fashioned way, excuse me, and then you ask the question. You don't go, excuse me, you know, who do you like having sex with? Or, you know, what are you wearing underneath the dress?
That's not what it's about. It's not a badge that says gay, bi or straight.
No, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is they're giving me information I'm not asking for. I don't care what you want me to call you.
Would you prefer people didn't have a name badge on at
Yeah, I
all?
would actually, because
So you just say you.
I don't want to be familiar with every single person I run into. If you're working in a shop and I come up to you and I say, excuse me, could you tell me where the toilet roll is, right? I just want you to tell me where the toilet roll is. I don't want your life story. I'm not interested in how many kids you've got. I don't care that you want to wear a badge to tell me which football team you support. You know, just tell me where the toilet roll is.
See, I'm just wondering if they're getting us ready for artificial intelligence. You know, with these sort of... Well, no, because look, if you go in the future and all of a sudden it's a bot and it says, I don't know, caulifloweraceous or whatever.
Gizmo.
Gizmo, yeah, exactly, Gizmo. And then you have to call it...
Theresa May.
And it says, yeah, exactly, it says Gizmo, and then it says it underneath.
Wow.
I think...
What do you issue... Oh, sorry, have I gone off on one?
Yeah.
Should I just get my coat?
Yeah.
I think the issue with this, though, isn't it, is right, they've made this move, and companies often like to do this sort of thing, Aisha, don't they? They like to signal. But the problem, as Mike says initially, is that when someone's questioned it, they've said, well, close your account. Yeah. I think that's when it becomes a problem.
Close your account. They said you
no,
can.
you can, but still the inference is pretty rough.
Well, first of all, on the law, Equality Act, which I drafted, you can't refuse to serve somebody on the grounds of... But, you know, they can... Look, they have every right, if that's what they want to do. And this is a generation thing. Look, I don't quite understand the pronouns thing, I'll be honest with you. I'm always quite scared about offending somebody. But then lots of my friends who are transgender are actually quite relaxed about it and say, provided you're not going out of your way to be really horrible, they accept that most people might make a bit of a mistake. So... But I think things are changing a bit. What I thought was interesting is that there was such a hostile reaction. I probably wasn't smart for Halifax to go, well, take your business elsewhere. Yeah. But there's a sort of a historic thing which I think is interesting. I don't know if any of this is like tangent as well. I don't know if any of you watch Gentleman Jack, which is his hit series. Anne Lister is sort of documented as the first ever lesbian. Halifax is where she comes, so the whole thing is situated in Halifax. And Halifax has become this big thing. So, yeah, she was Halifax. She was the whole time.
What about the island of Lesbos?
No!
She wasn't working at a branch.
She was at the first branch of Halifax. So maybe Halifax are thinking Halifax has become a bit of a place for the LGBTQ community.
Or maybe Halifax is just thinking, this is normal. Society is moving in this direction. Yeah. Let's make... Well, they're not excluding anyone. They're including everyone.
No, they're not. They're telling you if you don't like it, feel free to close your account. But so you're not welcome.
You're welcome.
No.
All you've got to do, if you don't want to say she, her, him, they, whatever, then you just read the name and say that instead.
No, that's not what they said, though.
No,
they said you can take your account
the tweet said, and it was clearly chippy. You know, but you can tell the person was sitting there going, oh, look at this moron. You know, he's not moving with the times, so we better tell him. Yeah. Basically, if you don't like our inclusion policy, then you can get lost.
They're bigots. That's
You're like an EU mountain of chip right now in terms of this topic.
I think this might be one we need to move on to the pub, as we do need...